I love you much too much. I've known it from the start, right from the start. But yet my love is such, I can't control my heart.
Yeah, Strikeout Bros is back. A little late this time, but for good reason. We don't have to talk about that though. But I just want to say what's up to Lasha for 2 seconds, and then after that, he's gonna let me talk for a few. He doesn't get to talk. He doesn't get to talk for at least 5 minutes. I'm going on a rant, and it's gonna be amazing. What's up, Lasha? What's up? How you doing? Say what's up.
What's up, bro? I'm
Oh,
feeling better after this weekend.
okay. I don't want to talk to you right now. Now you stop talking. You said what's up. Now I'm gonna get to you. Let's get to you now. So this is my favorite part of the show right now because for the last 3 episodes, right, I've been telling our friend here, Lasha Ruffner, about his Orioles and how they were on a hunt, right? They didn't make, a splash at the deadline, but I told him, he kept complaining about you have to be at least 500 to get into the playoffs. And guess what, folks? As of right now, if the season ended today, guess who the fuck is in the playoffs? I want you to answer that right now. I want you to answer that. You get to answer that question.
Well, if the season
No,
ended
no, no,
today,
no, no, no. I didn't ask
Baltimore
you. No,
would
no, no.
win, be in
Oh,
it.
okay. I don't want you to tell me.
But
Hold on. Now I have more.
season's not over.
You have to apologize to me because I told you what was going to happen. I told you that this was going to happen. Now, can they hang in there? That's the question.
I'll apologize to you when they make it at the end
Oh,
of September.
but look what's happening. Oh, can you tell me what the record is? I want you to tell me what the record is.
Well, they're a game under 500 now.
Oh, let's say that one
They're
more time.
61.
Say that
60,
one more time. Say that one more time.
No, they're 2 games under 500. 2 games. Under 500.
Okay. Two
But
games under 500. And if
they're
the
still not
season
there.
ended today, where would the Baltimore Orioles be?
They'd be the third wild card playing a 3-game series versus the Yankees or the Red Sox. Or the Red Sox.
Look at that.
In Boston.
Look at that. Doesn't matter where you play. It matters.
You're in the dance.
Exactly.
But what's today? August 16th?
You got 40 games left.
Okay. So, last month they went 15-8. Right now they're 7-7. They're going to have to win a minimum of 15 games in the next 2 months to make it. They're 7-7 now, so they could basically afford to. You got to finish above 500 each month. So if you can finish strong in the next 3 months, I'll believe it. But I just think it would look, yes, on paper, yes, they're in the playoffs. Doesn't matter if they're under 500. But to me, it just looks, it would just really, really show how bad the American League is. That it's so bad that a team under 500 right now at the current moment would be the last wild card team. That is crazy. I don't think that's ever happened in baseball. In football, yes, it happens all the time in baseball. In football.
Wildcard teams have won the World Series. All types of crazy shit has happened. They took the home field advantage to the National League too. You know what I'm saying? With the pitcher up the bat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things have changed. And you know what? This season, teams ain't playing up to their caliber. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing these mediocre, standings and shit. But everybody's playing the same way. So what do you say to that? I don't know. But all I know is that the Baltimore Orioles are going to fight their fucking way out of this paper bag. They're going to try. They're going to make it happen.
They're 14 games away. 14 games away from matching the same amount of wins they had last year, which was 75 wins.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
So they're probably going to surpass that with a month and a half of baseball left. So that's good. Now, when you watch this team every day, like I have, just like how you watch the Mets,
No,
You live
not
in the
no,
moment.
no,
Well,
no.
in the beginning of the month, in the beginning of the season, you were watching. In the month of April, you were watching. And in March, you were watching. But when you watch this team every day, you said, okay, watching the Orioles, they they just start off slow, and these guys have not been consistent. The main core guys, Rutschman, now he's gone. Henderson, Holiday, Alonso's been the only consistent guy. Cows has been pretty consistent. Kobe Mayo has been, inconsistent. And so those guys that they were expecting a lot has not produced for the most part. But they're getting hot at the right time. And this is when you need to get hot. So the question is can you carry this momentum? Or is this going to be a flash in the pan? I don't know. Can they get far? Sure. I still don't trust their starting rotation. The back end of the bullpen is not bad, considering the fact that they don't have a true closer anymore. One's been out for 2 years. The other one has been out for a while now. Helsley, he came back, got hurt again. He's out. So for them to be successful, the starting pitching needs to be improved. They need to pitch minimum of 6 innings plus, if they want to be successful. I'd be very impressed with the Orioles because for a seller to sell all those pieces and not to buy anyone and to still make the playoffs, then
Yeah,
that
that's
tells you
crazy.
that the GM has a lot of faith in him. And a lot of Orioles fans have been saying, "Oh, we need to get rid of Mike Elias." I've been on the fence. I like Mike Elias. He's done a really good job of developing the farm system. The only knock I have on him is you got all these guys through the farm system, but they haven't transitioned well into the major. So is that fall on him or it falls on the players? But it falls on Elias because he chooses the coaching staff that he hires. With Albertness obviously being the head manager has to say who he hires. But Elias has it say, so if you're not bringing the right coaches to help develop these guys and be able to get the best skills out of these guys, then that says a lot about you as a GM. But I hope I'm wrong. Trust me, I would love for them to make the playoffs because that'd be great for me. It's been a rough couple of years ever since Buck Showell. I disagree with Brandon Hyde getting fired, but he wasn't, he had to be the scapegoat last year. But this Albanese guy, he's been good. Lately, he's been pushing the right buttons. So if they make the playoffs, that'd be great. What fan wouldn't want to see their team in the playoffs? Even if they're sellers, You see, when your team sells, in your mind as a fan, all right, my team's going to just give up on the season. They're going to be 15 under 500, just give up, and why am I going to bother watching?
You gave up. You gave up.
I gave up because I saw it. So look, it's easy to for a fan to say that I gave up because look, you traded one of your best players when he's healthy away. You traded one of your best relief pitchers who was a starter at one time away in Tyler Wells. You got rid of Taylor Wood. He wasn't really an asset for the team. So losing Rutschman and Wells hurt the team because when playing, Wells has been very productive in that bullpen. So it's easy to just say, well, if they're selling, to me, when a team sells, it's them saying, okay,
they weren't
not
selling.
this year.
They were adjusting the lineup.
They weren't buyers, but Michael Elias didn't say they weren't sellers. He didn't phrase it as that. He said retooling is the word. So it makes it sound nicer. So the guys that they got back, Navarez, the catcher's the only guy that's been playing. He's been all right. He's had a good couple games behind the plate, but offensively, he's not Ali Rutschman numbers or Sam Basayo. But from a defensive standpoint, if he can handle these starting staff, then to me that's more important than your offense because it's really important for the catcher and the pitcher to be on the same page. Definitely. Just like a center and a quarterback or wide receivers and a quarterback, they all got to be on the same page in order to work.
I agree.
So maybe see this is where see what's going on with the Orioles. This is when you say, okay, you know what? Not so fast on firing Mike Elias because he knows something that I don't know. We're not in that locker room every day. I'm just go by what I see on the field. But he knows something that I don't know. And whatever that is, maybe I can't feel the room of a team. I'm not in that room. I don't know the environment. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they've always thought hey, we're going to be a playoff team. It's just which just had a slow start. And maybe Mike Elias knew that it was going to take a while for these guys like they brought in to get acclimated with the team. They brought Blaze Alexander, Tyler Ward. They got this guy, I forgot, Encarnacion Strand, some other guy, some guy they brought up from the Reds. A bunch of nobodies. Leody Tavares, Jeremiah Jackson, a bunch of nobodies that no one's heard of. But they've been the key contributors on offense, while the other guys have been, slowly museling around. But Alonso's gotten hot lately. He hit 2 home runs the other day, this past weekend, yesterday, and he hit another. I think he hit another one today or on Friday. So he gets hot at the right time. Henderson hit his 20th home run, so that's good. So maybe I just need to be more patient and just jump in the gun.
You're gonna be okay. Relax.
But you might be right. I keep saying, it's like, man, Pablo's right, man. I can't believe it. He's right, because he might be onto something that I might not be onto. So
I'm trying to tell you, man.
I'll give you your flowers when the season ends.
No, well, I'll take them now. Because you know what?
Nope.
I think they have it. How many games do you know? Do you know how many games they have left with Boston and the Yankees? Do you know combined? Tell me right now.
I could tell you around it. Let me hold that thought.
Tell me.
So they got a 3-game series. Their homestand starting this week is against the Yankees and the Rays.
There you go.
That's 6 games against the division.
Okay, that's perfect. You know why? Because the Yankees are above you. They got 8 games on you on the wild card. So if you can take advantage right there, that gets you even into a better slot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear shit, yo. This team is going to make it happen. It's right in front of them, It's like, all right, so we need to.
They have 18 games against the division.
Come on, no. How many against the Yankees and Boston?
Oh, Boston 4 game. Boston 4, Tampa Bay 3, Yankees 3, Toronto 3, and then they fit. Actually, Yankees has 6 games left with the Yankees. Yeah, 6 games left.
Oh, that's even better.
This homestand, and then they go back to New York to end the season.
There you go. So that's even better for you
and
guys.
And then Toronto's kind of done. Well, I don't know. They just swapped places. They've been bouncing back.
Yeah, no, don't sleep on them, because they're right there too. They could easily bump Boston.
They took 2 out of the Yankees,
and they could keep you in there. Exactly. So you never know what's gonna happen. But everything is close. You guys have to hang in there. You guys you have it right in front of you. You play the teams that you have to get over. Boston and the Yankees. Those are the guys that are deep in it. So if you can, snag some from them, you're gonna be in a perfect spot, yo. And it's gonna be crazy, because I was rooting for Boston, but obviously if you get in there, then I'm gonna be rooting for you the whole way. Because to take it all, because obviously whoever comes out of the American League is what I'm gonna be rooting for. Because we already know what's gonna happen on the national side. So, it's gonna be okay. But even the Mets, bro, listen, bro, I haven't been watching, but you know who has been watching? My dad, for some odd reason. He keeps watching that bullshit, bro. And they keep winning, yo. They won 8 out of the last 11. And they're showing, the pitching has been really good. And it's crazy because, you get rid of the bullpen and shit. You get rid of all these stars and shit. We had an amazing bullpen. We fucking got rid of it. It's crazy. Now trying to figure shit out. But it's kind of working. I don't know. We just swept the Washington Nationals. I mean,
they're ahead of you.
Yeah. Everybody's ahead of me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
See, it's frustrating because I watched the games. I was like, where was this all year? Why are we playing now when it's fucking meaningless? You know what I mean?
Worst players.
Because there's no pressure. Yeah, you're playing with worse players. Not Alonso, excuse me. Lindor is actually doing a little bit good. He hit a home run the other day. So that's good. This guy, Jan, has been a superstar, light bolt of energy. I really like him.
I can't believe that they didn't get rid of him, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the guy that they should have dangled, because anybody would have picked him up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad they didn't dangle him, because now he could be, he could be a potential. He's not going to be a closer. Well, he could, because Weaver is gone, right? So, he could be a closer. I don't know if he has closer material, but I just like his energy, and that rubs off on the team. And you can tell, man, when they close out the game, he gets the last strike. It does that crazy dance, and it's fun.
Nah, that shit is crazy to me. He needs to stop doing that shit, bro.
Well, I think he needs to stop doing, because he's gonna land the wrong way and hurt his knee.
Not only that, bro. That shit is very disrespectful to the batter. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of an over celebration. You know what I'm saying?
It's like showing up the batter.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A little. Come on, it's like a bat flip. It's worse than a bat flip. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely worse than a bat flip. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
you need to stop that shit.
in that series last week, the Mets took 2 out of 3 from Atlanta, and that was in Atlanta, and that was I was like, wow, shoot. So the problem with Atlanta is that their pitching is not, has been struggling lately. The offense is inconsistent. All of a sudden, they've hit a slump, but they can get away with it because they're seven
So
and a
far
half games
ahead.
ahead in the division. This is why it's always good to start to. They're like the Yankees a couple years ago. Even this year, the Yankees started out hot, took the lead, fell apart a little bit. They're still going to make the playoffs. Right now, they're outside. They're a wild card team,
They're the first wild
but
card team, bro. They got 5. They got 8 games up on Boston, and they're second. And Boston has 5 on you. So that's what I'm saying.
exactly. So this is why it's so important to start out, well in baseball, because when you do hit that wall, you're not gonna fall out of. You're not gonna lose. You might lose ground on the division, but you're not gonna lose ground of missing the playoffs. You know what I
No,
mean?
but you know what's funny and shit? You know how you in Boston, both teams started out trash. You know what I'm saying? Especially Boston. You know, and look what happened. Look what happened. They were in the same position as the Mets when they went on that crazy streak and they were blowing everybody at the box and shit. And look at them now. They went on a 15-game winning streak, and then after that, they went on another 9. So this team is on fire, and you guys can do the same thing. I told you this shit. I said it multiple times. I'm expecting it.
Yeah, no,
Expecting
and
it.
I think tomorrow they could sweep because the best pitcher for the Orioles is pitching tomorrow. That's Brandon Young. He's 9-3, three something ERA. He didn't do great in his last outing, but Tampa Bay's been on and off. They started out well. They've been streaky, go on the streak. Now they've lost a couple. So this is a good sign. This is when you want to get hot. This is when you want to get warm. The next 2 months, you have to play above 500 ball if you're gonna make it. Now, this week is gonna be hard because you got the Yankees and the Rays at home. If you go 4-2 in that 6-game homestand, then you go to St. Louis, the Athletics, and the Colorado Rockies, dude. That's a
That's a
9-game
easy.
road trip.
Yeah, it's the
You
easy
can
road trip.
you might lose 2 out of 3 St. Louis because St. Louis is tough. They just took 2 out of 3 from Chicago. Granted, Chicago's a rival, so they get up for those teams. So, with that being said, you finish 4-2. You go on the road trip. The announcers on Peacock were saying how this could carry that momentum if they sweep tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
into that homestand. It's going to bring the fans alive. It's going to put
4-game win
pressure.
streak. Yeah.
Yeah, 4-game win streak. Put pressure on the Yankees. It's going to be a tough series because the Yankees, they have really good pitching. I really like their pitching. The problem is their bats. The Yankees are a home run or nothing team. It's great. It's great in the regular season, but in the postseason, if your guy is Fried is throwing 6 innings and 1 hit, 4 hits and 1 earned run, and your team can't score more than 2 runs,
That's not even the problem. Good. You know what the problem is? You go into a playoff situation, right? And now, yeah, they're getting these home runs, right? But they're getting them off for like maybe a 2 or 3 or 4 in the rotation. You know what I'm saying? But now they get into the playoffs and shit, and they're gonna have to fight against elite. You know what I'm saying? Top of the rotation, motherfuckers. And that's very hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Because even elite players that, can hit the ball well, like Soto, Otani, they're going to strike out against, elite pitching. You know what I'm saying? If they're pitching, if schoolboy's throwing to these motherfuckers, I'm sorry. Schoolboy's going to have fun with them. You have to think about that too. Who they going against, what the rotation on the other side looks like. The Yankees, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever. They hit home runs in their, in the little ballpark and shit. But when they can't see the ball because the ball's going 102 miles an hour, then that makes a difference. Instead of going against a 3, in a 3-game series, you're gonna get a 1, 2, 3, But in a playoff situation, you don't know what you're gonna get. They could juggle it up on some crazy shit and just completely mow you down with their pitching. So it's up to them how they want to win it,
No, that's true, and teams always tend to get up. Teams tend to get up for these wild card games. There's more pressure in the wild card game than there is in the DS and the CS and the World Series because there's only
it's more games. Yeah,
5 games. You got to win 3 out of 5. If you go down 2-0 in a wild card, it's over. You're it's next to impossible.
Yeah.
We're in the 7-game series. All right. Actually, no. The wild card is 3-game series, right? Yeah, 3 games. You
Yeah,
got to
it
win
used
2
to
out of
be.
3.
It used the
Yeah.
first one used to be a 1-game series. A one
Now
game.
it's
A
a
one
3-game
game.
series.
Now it's a
Yeah.
3-game series.
And then 5. And so 3 and 5-game series, it's really hard to be down 2-0. It's uphill climb. But in the CS and the World Series, okay, if you go 2-0, it's not the end of the world. You still have a
Nah,
chance.
and you get to
You know what I
travel
mean?
back too. You get
And
to
you
travel
can
back.
readjust your lineup.
Yeah.
And you got some rest days in between. Where the wild card's 3 days straight, and you're on the road all 3 days. In Baltimore's case, if the season ended today, they would go to. So the way it works was the 3 teams, right? The top wild card team gets a bye. The last 2 teams play each other in a 3-game series. The winner of that team plays the Yankees, and they're the wild card team for that last slot, and they play each other.
And then
the winner of that moves
plays
on
the
to
first seed. First seed. They get the first seed. They get the first seed, and the first seed
would be
sitting.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
First seed would be Tampa Bay.
So it stays all division. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
First seed is Tampa Bay. Yeah, they had the best record. Yeah. So you know what's funny? The fucking playoffs, right there for a minute, it's gonna be all divisional. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be American League East. Think about it, right? Because right now, 3 teams in the American League East are holding those fucking wild card slots, right? And the number 1 team in the American League right now is the Tampa Bay Rays. So Baltimore plays Boston. The Yankees wait for the winner of that, and then they play the first seed, which would be Tampa Bay, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right. You know what's really amazing? How the American League Central and the National League Central, they're very similar. If you look at the teams, no one's running away with that division, but they're all very close proximity with the amount of wins they have. Now, the American National League Central is a little better because 3 out of the 5 are in above 500. And
Yeah,
in
but
the American League
they're
Central,
so far off though.
it's only 1 team, but they're all within 60 range. You know what I mean? Like Cleveland, Minnesota, and Detroit. Chicago might win that division, and they're only 5 games, 5.5. You know, well, that'd be an amazing story if Chicago wins it.
No,
They were one of the 118 losses last year, and now they might be a playoff team. That's more impressive than the Orioles. You know, because the Orioles were projected to do better. You know what I mean? They have their stars. Detroit's a bunch of, Chicago White Sox are a bunch of nobodies, How many guys can you name on the Chicago White Sox off the top of your head? I can name 1 guy. 2 guys, Montgomery and Acuna, but that's it.
Yeah, but guess what? Well, with the amount of prospects that they got for losing all those years, bro, look at them now. It's like they turned over. Like
the Orioles did the same thing
so quickly. It's insane. I still can't believe it that, usually, you look down, you're like, oh, Chicago and Colorado, you know what I'm saying? But no, not anymore. Now it's the Mets.
You know what's been the most disappointing team this year? Is the Seattle Mariners. They have a really good starting staff. Kyle Raleigh got in and out, was hurt. Rodriguez has been terrible this year. But from a team that, they had a guy that won the home run derby last year, and they were one of the top seeds they won their division running away with it. And if the season were to end today, they wouldn't even be nowhere near it. So it's just crazy how far they've fallen from grace. It's frustrating because Seattle in the early 2000s, they were a good team, with Ichiro and, what's his name? Edgar Martinez. I think that's his name. Yeah, Martinez.
Wasn't King Felix on that team as well?
I'm thinking about like way before the early. Yeah, but Felix was in the mid 2000s. He was in there. But yeah, Felix Bautista, King Felix.
The Griffeys, they had them.
Yeah, Ken Griffey. Yep.
Both of them. No, but you know what I want to talk about? Because this is crazy, bro. I still can't believe this shit happened. So, this fucking puppy that St. Louis brung up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. Joshua Byers and shit, right? What the
Yep.
fuck? Yo, first pitch of his major league career is a motherfucking home run. The first pitch. He swings and it's gone. And he comes up again on his second at bat. Then he falls behind or some shit. I can't remember the count. I was watching the videos today and I couldn't believe it. He hits another home run. Then he comes up on his third at bat and hits another one. This shit is insane, bro. This guy's still, flying high right now. He can't believe it. What a great start to your career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, St. Louis. They're trying to bring they're what 9 games behind the Cubs, 13 out of the division.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Wild card wise, they are 3.5 out. So it's not the end of the world.
No, it's not the end of the world, but I don't see it.
They have a lot of people. They have to jump over a lot of people. But I watched the game. I watched this guy's home runs, and it's not like the pitcher was serving up cupcake cookies to him. He like really crushed the son of a guns.
Yeah.
And I think it's great, man. They need, teams. Teams that are in this playoff push, they're trying to find something to get. It's like trying to get a spark. To get the fire going. And that's what they're trying to do. They just need one guy. Is this guy going to continue going on that streak, or is he going to get hot and just continue to go on like a 18-game hitting streak? Who knows? Maybe. But a guy like that can interject some good energy into that clubhouse, and they can motivate them to start winning some games. Because same thing with Baltimore, you got to start winning series. You can't lose 2 out of 3 to the Yankees coming up next. You can't lose 2 out of 3 to Tampa Bay. You got to win 2 out of 3 in all these games against your division. Any game that you're playing, whether it's the whether it's the Athletics or the Colorado Rockies or was St. Louis. I think that's who they play next. You got to win these 2 out of 3 games. You can't just 4-game winning streak and then go swept in the Yankees. It defeats the whole purpose. Now you're back to 5 under 5 games under 500. Like what the heck? So you got to be consistent, and you got to start winning series.
Especially on the road. Yeah, on the road, you're below 500. At least at home, you know what I'm saying? You're, like 2 games above 500 or some shit like that?
So at home, we're 32 and 30. And then at home, our road record's improved. Yeah, we're at least 7, but now we're at 4 under 500.
Yeah, you need that.
So you got to start winning on the road. You got cupcake teams. But in this 6-game homestand, if you go 4-2, that'd be 36 and 32. That's not bad, but you got to start winning these games, And the Yankees are a killer for the Orioles. They always play terrible against the Yankees. It drives me crazy, man. That place will be filled with Yankee fans. That's why this streak with Tampa Bay, if they win, hopefully it'll motivate some more Oriole fans to fill that park, and so that way less Yankee fans can get in. But who knows? But I don't know.
But anyway,
but this Joshua kid, he broke a record for MLB record for a rookie to hit 3 home runs.
Yeah.
He's great. He's only 23 years old, so I don't know how long he's been in the minors. Let's just say he's been there since he was 18. That's 5.5 years.
He had like 30-something home runs in the in AAA before he came up.
For the Memphis Redbirds, yeah.
Fucking crazy. Yo, so Tommy John passed away at age of 83, which is crazy, right? So in 74 is when he had the surgery, I believe. Is when he said he threw a pitch and it felt like his elbow got destroyed or some shit. Like that's how he described it. But it's crazy because that surgery has turned around monsters, and it seems like they get better after the surgery. Every single time, like it never fails. It's kind of crazy. They come back stronger. They come back they're like machines.
Yeah,
that's crazy, right?
It's weird because the Orioles, their guy Felix Bautista, the closer, he hasn't been back for 2 years. So
that's the problem.
I beg to differ. It depends on some players, but for people that Tommy John, it's like this little, it's like this. It connects the elbow. So there's like a ligament that attaches the elbow to the arm, I guess. And what happens is over time they stretch it too far and it snaps. And so they go in there surgically, go in there and repair it. If you go on YouTube, you can actually watch a video of actually Tommy John, how it's done. I got to watch it in school, and it's really cool. They drill like a hole between in your arm, and they go in there and they get the thing to sew it. But so I think that's amazing that you know that they can, because you know why it probably takes so long is because they had to build up that strength in that
Yeah.
area
Again,
that reconnective part that was reconnected. But yeah, it works, and what an amazing guy. I didn't think 82 in my opinion. It's young. It's
83.
young. But it's a good life. It's pretty cool to know that your name will live on forever, and even though it's associated with a type of surgery, you know, just how like Lou Gehrig's ALS is named after Lou Gehrig,
Yeah.
the famous baseball player for the Yankees. But yeah, it sucks, man. It's crazy to see legends. I didn't get to see him play. It's really gonna hit for us when we get a little older and we see Pudge Rodriguez's of the world, or guys that we grew up watching. David Wells. Mark McGuire. All these guys. When they start getting to the 60s and they're 70s and they start dying. That's gonna be hard. Because you grew up watching these guys,
Exactly.
So someone like your dad, he got to see these guys, you know what I mean? I'm sure you could talk to him about that. It's kind of cool. But yeah, this guy, he was a great pitcher, and he got hurt, and, they figured out what the ligaments in the elbow, and they were able to reconnect it, and like you said, it's made a difference in a lot of pitchers because, back in the day, if a pitch had happened, you were done. Yeah, exactly. Your career's over. But we've gotten so advanced with surgeries nowadays and technology that I don't think it's not minimally invasive yet. Just because it's in a small area, there's there's not a lot of room to work with when you're doing the elbow, surgery wise. So, but anyway, it's sad to see that he's passed. But he left his mark on the game. And he was a good pitcher too. I don't have the stats in front of me. He wasn't just he wasn't famous because of the surgery. He was a really good pitcher.
He was great.
He played for the Yankees, right?
Hold on one second. Let me find out.
Let me see.
Go ahead.
I think he played for the. I saw the article come across my new. Let me see. 1943, man. That's crazy.
26 seasons, bro. He started off with Cleveland, and then he threw his final pitch with the Yankees in 1989. Yes. So maybe I did see him pitch and didn't even realize it because, I was, like 13. So I was watching baseball. So I probably got to watch him. He was 46 when he retired. I'm saying? Something that it's crazy how pitchers back in the day, not only did they pitch almost the majority of the game, they lasted way longer. And they weren't even
back
throwing
then, yeah.
hard. And they weren't even throwing hard. They were, they were throwing, 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying? They weren't throwing 100
average.
Shit. Average, That's crazy, bro. These pussies,
Well, nowadays they train these kids nowadays to throw gas because everyone likes gas. Everyone likes strikeouts. Everyone likes the home run balls. And when you see a home run ball, it's due to the guy throwing a fastball 100 something miles per hour, and the guy just miraculously connects, and that's why they go far. But yeah, it's just back then you had to preserve yourself too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these injuries are occurring back then. So these injuries were occurring. It's just people were more cautious because the surgery for it was not as well developed as it is now. You know what I mean? So he was probably one of the few people that actually had it, this situation, the elbow and the ligaments in the elbow. And he was probably one of the first few, that they actually tried the surgery on. And so that's another reason. Pitchers were more cautious. And like you said, they didn't throw us gas like they do now. They were really good about control. See, I like a pitcher who has controllability. I like, I grew up, I liked as a kid growing up, Tim Wakefield, even though he was on the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I liked him because he could throw a knuckleball, and the way that ball danced, he had controllability. He could dot it left bottom, top right, top left, bottom right, and he had no clue. And if you're a pitcher, the way when it comes out, it doesn't look like it, and they change to something else, and then just the ball just dives right in, and you're just like. And the crazy thing about Tim Wakefield and any knuckleball pitcher is the way they throw the pitch. They throw it sideways, so their fingers literally graze the mound as they're throwing the pitch. And so it's as a batter, it's very deceiving. You know what I mean? So
That's
you don't know how it's going to come across because it looks like one thing when it comes out the hand, and it looks like another thing when it gets right in your face. Like, oh crap! And then by the time you realize it's a knuckleball, it comes out like a fastball, and then the bottom falls out, and he's like, "What the heck?" And so yeah, that's the other thing. Players have controllability with their pitching, and it's great because the reason why I like controllability is because you could play longer in your careers because you weren't blowing out your arm. Think about it. Let's say an average pitcher now. Let's say they play 7 years, like 7 good years.
I mean,
What
what
in those
throwing at the
7 years? Huh?
shit, throwing at that
Yeah,
crazy
let's just
speed.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look,
exactly. So in those 7 years, there's a good chance they've had Tommy John at least twice, minimum. You've heard stories where a guy had to get surgery again. Like, nah, it's
yeah, look
usually
at that.
mostly the same arm.
Even Paul Skeens has velocity has dropped, recently. He can't keep that shit up. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to reinvent himself over and over again if he wants to have a long career. But he
Well,
was
it just
one
father
of
time too.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna,
No, but
it's only.
if you reinvent yourself, listen, man. If I was a pitcher in the major leagues, I'll tell you right now, I would have a new pitch every single year coming off the off season. I would have a new pitch. Why not? You know what I'm saying? You can learn a lot when you're, away from the game. You could reintroduce yourself, and you could use that pitch to your advantage. A pitcher should at least have 5 pitches. You know what I'm saying? And 5 pitches turns to a million pitches, depending on how fast you throw it or how slow you throw it. But I would always reinvent myself every year to keep myself keep everybody on their toes. But you know what else I want to talk about, which is crazy because I've always said this team was a good team, but they couldn't put it together. They can't figure it out. San Diego has turned it around, man. Kind of like what the Mets did in 2024 when they were, they came out of nowhere in the second half. Same type of deal. I'll give you the first half. The first half numbers are crazy. They're horrible. So they had the worst batting average, right? As a team, the worst in the whole league, bro. They were batting 226 as a collective. That's crazy. On base percentage, worst in the league at 302. Slugging, 370. Second worst in the league. This is all in the first half, bro. Worst in the league for runs scored at 379. Wow. In the second half, they're batting 283, best in the league. On base percentage, 356, best in the league. Slugging, 457, second best in the league. And 139 runs scored, bro. Second best in the league. You telling me they're not coming for somebody? They need to be showing the Dodgers that shit because I'm sick and tired of this already. I hope we don't play baseball in 27 because we need to fix this problem. What do you think about this San Diego situation? I think it's pretty crazy.
I think it's good because it's good to see them. Their offense has been very inconsistent. Machado hasn't done much. Tatis has been terrible. Offensively, why he only had like 4 home runs on the season. He's gotten a little better, but for someone that they paid a lot of money, you expecting double digits in home runs. And
Yeah, but
then
you want them to hit. Look, even Fernando. Fernando was batting 277 in the first half, and now he's batting 295. So that's a lot. That's like 20 something points, man. Machado too. Machado went up like 40 something points, bro. No, 50 something, 55 points, bro. He was batting 203, bro. Mendoza. And then now he's batting 258. He's getting better. You know what I'm saying? Like the team turned it around. I wish I could. It's funny because the Mets did too, but it's a little too late for them. But my dad still feels like they have a shot. I mean, nobody's been eliminated yet. Not even the Rockies, bro. So we'll see what happens.
yeah, no, this is why they're called Slam Diego. They just keep hitting home runs and doing what they got to do. They're winning close games in overtime, walk offs, and it's great for them. Jack, what's his name? Romero. I forgot his name. Merrill. I forgot his first name, but he's been great for them. You know, so yeah, if they, everyone thinks, and the nice thing about them is the Dodgers have been struggling, dude. They've been struggling lately, and so
They're tired, but they'll be fine. You know that.
yeah, they're like so San Diego just moved ahead of Arizona for the second place in that division. They're a game ahead of Arizona now. They're still 7 behind the Dodgers, but the Dodgers they're 5-5. They've lost 2 in a row. The Dodgers, the Padres have been 8-2 in the last 10 games. Whereas Arizona's been 5-5. There's your difference. I'm looking to see what their I'm looking to see who they what their what their schedule's like as far as who they got left in the division. So I'm pulling up the schedule now. So they're Cleveland. They got the Mets tomorrow. Yeah, the Mets they're in New York tomorrow. And then let's see.
I'm gonna
They
be
play
there for
San
that.
Francisco, Colorado. That's division games. They play the Dodgers at the end of September, 3-game series. They play Arizona. So they got 3, 7, 10. They got 12 games left against the division, the Padres. So they can go either 6-6 or 7-5 or 8-4. Then they can put a little pressure on the Dodgers. The Dodgers will figure it out. This is what the Dodgers always do. It's in the Yankees. They get ahead far. They start stumbling over themselves in the month of July. I always say they do it on purpose. It's more like a way to conserve their energy. You know what I mean? For the when the real run comes.
It is a race.
So they don't care. Like, all right, who cares if Otani's been sucking? Who cares if these other guys? But as from a wildcard standpoint, as an Orioles fan, I'd rather face the Dodgers. I'd rather face the Red Sox in the 3-game series than the Yankees, because Yankees starting rotation in the 3-game series will destroy the Orioles. They are that good, man. Schlittler, Weathers, Cole has not been the same, and then Max Fried, who just came back from the IL, he's doing all right. He has been inconsistent, but those 3 guys versus what it'd be. Brandon Young would be your starter for the 3-game series. He's been great. And then Trevor Rogers would be your second starter. And then I guess it would be Boss, who's been terrible, inconsistent. So that'd be your 3 games starters.
It wouldn't go along like that. So it would be like a little platoon. You know what I'm saying?
Third game could be a bullpen.
The bullpen start, yeah, bro. But guess who just made the top 10 of all-time Ks in baseball recently?
Strikeouts?
Yeah, strikeouts. Think about it.
Oh, Screwball?
No, Scherzer, bro.
Oh, Max Scherzer, yes.
Yeah. So
I forgot about him, man. He's
10,
in Texas.
Top 10. Yeah, top 10 this. He's with the Blue Jays, bro.
That's right. You know who's having a decent year? And that's going to hurt your feelings, but I don't care. DeGrom, he's having a decent year in Texas.
He just got hurt. He just went down.
I know he just got hurt, but prior to that, he was having a decent year.
He just went down. Typical.
Well, listen, I'm just telling you. But Scherzer, he's probably going to be done after this year. The Blue Jays aren't going nowhere. But he don't care. He got all that money from the Mets and the the Blue Jays, and they're not going anywhere. But yeah, that's amazing. I loved Max Scherzer when he was with the Tigers. I think he was phenomenal.
I love
Verlander, another great guy.
The Mets, I hated him, and then Verlander as well. But great.
Well, the Mets, he was just inconsistent.
They were old, bro. They were done.
They were old. They washed up. They couldn't. Even when they pitch good games, the offense couldn't do crap. So then you just get the loss. You go 6 innings, run, but or 2 runs, and then the Mets couldn't score, and then it was over. But yeah, I don't. I think more nowadays with the high strikeout rates, we're gonna see people the pace to get to 300 strikeouts is gonna be a lot easier now.
Yeah, I
than
feel
it
you.
was before.
With the
Just like
velocity.
3,000 hits, it's still hard to get. You know what I mean?
No,
In
I think Luis
baseball.
Arraez could do something. Look. They moved him to Philly. That was the smartest thing they ever did. You know,
Who?
I think to have Luis Arraez as
Oh, that's
for
he's been a great
Phillies, that was
asset. Yeah,
amazing. You see what I'm saying? Like that's a move. You see, that's why I was so upset the Mets never picked him up
sneaky.
from the
Oh,
get
when
go.
in free agency, I know
Yeah, he was dangling, bro. He
they
was out
got
there
Polanco.
forever. San Francisco gave him a shot, and then they unleashed him. Now he's with the Phillies. You crazy? You got him batting first, and then you have Harper and Schwarber behind that. When you know he's an automatic hit machine, so now when Harper and Schwarber hit something out of the park, there'll be someone on base, man, at least 95% of the time. You know what I'm saying? So that makes them look so much better. I'm impressed with that move. Philly knows that this is their last shot with this team, and by making that move and getting that guy, that was smart of them.
Yeah, Philly plays Miami and St. Louis. Their schedule's not that bad. They play Atlanta 4-7. They play Atlanta 7 more times. They play the Nationals twice. They play the Mets 4 more times. So let's see. Let me do the math. How many division games they got? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They got 13 division games left. The Phillies. So they could possibly catch the Braves. I'm looking at the Braves schedule, who they got as far as division goes. The Braves, they just finished with Arizona. That's all right. So now they're gonna go to. Oh man, I don't know. The Braves schedule is gonna be tough. They gotta go to Minnesota. Minnesota's not an easy out. They gotta play one game against Chicago, makeup game. Then they gotta go to Minnesota and Milwaukee. Milwaukee's been tough, but Milwaukee's
Oh,
been
they're
struggling
tough.
too.
They're tough though.
Yeah. Then they come back. Oh my god, I should go one of these games, dude. When they come back on the 25th, oh maybe I'll go to these games. They're playing the Dodgers, the Rockies in San Francisco. What the heck? Why is there one game against San Francisco? Anyway, they're playing the Dodgers and the Rockies in the next homestand. That Dodgers, oh my god, that Dodgers series is gonna be crazy. I should definitely go to a game.
Yeah, you
One
should.
of one of the techs I work with in the ED at our sister hospital, he's a big Dodgers fan and always busts his chops.
Yeah, I went the
But
other day with my dad. When my dad came down from PR, went to a Dodger game with him. And
I
that
should
shit
reach
with
out
the
to him.
stadium was packed with Dodger fans. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, the Dodgers are they're like Yankee fans. They travel well.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
go
they do.
everywhere.
They
But
really
a
do.
lot of them are fair weather fans. Let's be honest. They're closet. They
I
came
don't
out
know.
the
I don't know.
closet
I
because
don't
they're
know.
good. I know. So why the
What?
heck?
I don't know. I
Okay, the
don't
only
know.
people that should be allowed to be Dodgers fans if you're from New York because they were the Brooklyn
Yeah, most
Dodgers.
def, most
Well,
def.
if you're like freaking from Wisconsin, why the hell you a Dodgers fan? Like, come on, man. What the hell?
No, I don't
Come
know.
on, man.
I don't know.
You
Well, I
have no
want you to
ties.
hit us with the pitcher and the hitter of the week, so
So the
we can talk
gunslinger of
about
the
the
week.
trivia that I'm gonna smash you with.
All right, let's see. The gunslinger of the week is your boy, Sean Manaea, on August 9th versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pitched 7 innings, an 11-1 Mets win. He gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 11 Ks.
That's pretty crazy.
And he's kind of revived himself since he came back from his injury. So
A little too late though. A little
it's
too
too
late.
late, but he was forced to be the starter because they ran out of people and they got rid of Holmes. So he had to take over.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyway, hitter of the week is Bregman, August 12th versus Washington. He went 3 for 3, 3 home runs, two
That's
walks,
crazy.
7 RBIs, and 3 runs in a 12-6 win against the Washington Nationals. So yeah, Bregman, he's still doing good. Even though when he left Boston, it sounds like he had a better career. He was terrible in Boston, but he's been resurging in Chicago.
Hmm. All right. Good stuff. Now, you ready for this trivia question? Let me see how good you are. Let me see if you can do the math. I'm pretty sure you can. I think you can figure this out, bro. I'm gonna give you 3 chances, and then we'll talk about the runner-ups in the situation. All right. So the question is, who amongst active players has the most championship rings? Mm.
Active players? Ooh.
That's it. Did I stutter?
No, active players. Well, let's see. Otani has 3, so not him. Well, let's just name active players. Bryce Harper, no. Kyle Schwarber, he has 1 championship, right? Yeah, so it wouldn't be him. Uh, Max Scher, no, he got 1. Max Fried has 1. The most amount of championships. Wow.
Amongst active players right now.
Bregman has 2. Alex Bregman, how many does he have? 2? I don't know, because they won 2 with Houston, so it wouldn't be him. Chapman has 1. Aroldis Chapman. What? All right. How many championships? Can you give me a number?
What, a number? 4.
Yeah. 4? I'm gonna go with Verlander.
Wrong. Verlander has 2.
Oh crap.
So the answer is Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts
Oh,
won once with the Red Sox.
In 2018, that's right.
And then he
That's
won
a good
3
question.
with the Dodgers. Boom.
That's right. I forgot
And then,
about
the
Mookie
runner-ups,
Betts.
obviously, 3 rings, Freddie Freeman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Max Muncy, Will Smith, these Dodgers, 2 rings, Otani, Edmund, he plays for the Dodgers.
Tommy Edman, he was with the Cardinals.
Gavin Lux has 2.
I'm gonna put an asterisk next to Altuve, but proceed. Who's the next guy?
Yeah, I feel you on that. So Verlander as well, then.
Verlander, yeah. 4 from
he was on that
Betts.
team. But yeah, so Mookie Betts has the most rings amongst active players in the MLB right now as we speak. That was a good episode.
Do you think?
What's that?
I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
Do you think Aaron Judge will ever win a World Series with the Yankees? He has so much pressure. I love that man. I would like to see him win a chip, even though he's in my division.
I don't know if the Yankees are due for a championship because people get tired.
He's too old now.
People get tired of that shit. I think if the league is fixed, the Yankees aren't gonna see another championship for a very long time. If you understand what I mean. If the league is fixed, then the Yankees won't see a championship for a very long time. That's how.
Because they want the Dodgers to win?
Not because they want the Dodgers to win, because the Dodgers are the new Yankees. You understand what I'm saying? And they have the greatest player of all time playing for the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? So they're the team that the world is watching. Before, the Yankees were the team that the world was watching. But the reason why this is happening is because the Dodgers won the race and who got Otani. You know what I'm saying? Because if another team would have won Otani or the Yankees would have won Otani, then obviously the Yankees would have kept winning their championships. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the team that everybody wants to watch. You know what I'm saying? When Otani comes to Citi Field, you see a high influx of Asian, the Asian community. They come out to see him.
Japanese, Korean, yeah.
Yeah, they come out to see him, and it's nice, you know what I'm saying? Because they have a player that they can, fall behind. It's funny because it's like, you fall in love with a specific player and whatever team they play for, that's the team you follow. That's kind of like my situation in football, because I was a Bo Jackson fan, you know what I'm saying? I always thought Bo Jackson was an amazing player. Whether it was baseball or football, So he was a Raider, so that made me a Raider fan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like how I fell in love with the Orioles. Kyle, I got to see Kyle Ripken play
right?
in the early 2000, 99.
And he was a special player, He did that crazy, he was the marathon man.
The
played so many consecutive seasons while missing a game. And that's amazing. So I can see how you can fall in love with a player like that. It's real easy to see that, So same with, it's the same type of deal. These people are so happy to have a player like that in the MLB. And not only that, he's really destroying all these records. And with, you have to understand he's a real special player.
No, and that's what's the nice thing about Tani? He's not someone that people hate. Like he was like Griffey.
Guy.
Everyone loved Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah,
There's nothing to hate about it. He did everything.
He's
right
not a villain. He's not a villain.
Same thing with Jeter. He was not a villain.
Name top 5. Bryce Harper to me is a villain.
Yes.
Schwarber is a villain.
Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire.
Dwyer.
Villains.
Oh
Rafael
my God, the
Palmeiro.
biggest villain.
Villains.
Fucking
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. Yeah, exactly. Roger Clemens was a villain. You know,
Yeah.
players like this. You know,
Pedro Martinez.
when he played the Yankees, when
Remember
he was
Kurt
with Boston,
Schilling?
when he was with Boston,
Yeah.
Chris Schilling was a villain. Randy
Kurt
Johnson
Schilling
was
with a
a
bloody
villain.
sock. To this
Exactly.
day, he never had a bloody sock. And then they put tomato sauce or ketchup in that sock.
I don't know, bro. Randy Johnson was a
That's my
villain.
conspiracy.
Who
Well,
else?
he was a villain to the New Yorkers. Let's be honest. He's a
Who?
villain to the Yankees. Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson was a Yankee, bro.
He was a villain to the Yankees before he came.
I
you know,
know,
what
I know,
mean?
but you know what I'm saying?
That's
But
the only
no,
team that would consider him a
he was
villain.
a villain. He was a villain regardless of the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Giambi.
Giambi was a villain too. Or Gary Sheffield, another villain.
Oh, I loved Gary Sheffield,
Me
man.
too.
I loved his swing. It was dope. He was swinging that thing. He's like so fast.
Yeah, it was crazy. Right?
You know,
a lot of players
another
play
one.
villain well.
You know, as a guy that everyone liked, and I feel like he would play great. He should have been the main character for the Jack 42 movie. Curtis Granderson. I loved Curtis Granderson.
Yeah,
man.
no
When
villain.
He played.
No villain. He was a lovable guy.
He was a hitting machine, but he wasn't going to kill with his power. And he played it, and he was consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean when he played with the Yankees and he played with Detroit, yeah, but when he played with the Mets, he was still good, but he wasn't.
He was near the end.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the deal. You filled in the trivia.
Let's be honest. There's not too many players nowadays that are hated. Everyone is on a lovey-dovey. Can you name one guy that you absolutely hate in baseball?
Oh yeah, that I absolutely hate. I mean, the Phillies have a couple of players that I can.
I don't hate Harper anymore. He's past his prime.
No, I mean, listen, as a player, he's great, but you know, he's still a villain, bro. There's players like you know who I really hate? I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like this is like number one. This is number one on my list, bro. I got
Freddie
two.
Peralta?
I got two. I have two.
Oh, I know who one of them is.
Who is it?
Lindor.
No, that's number three. Number one is Jazz Chisholm Jr. I can't stand that guy, man. I'm sorry.
I don't like him. He's too cocky.
Too cocky for me. All right. So that's number one. Number two is Dalton Rushing, right? That's his name. The catcher for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I just think he sucks.
That guy. I watched so many videos on this guy, and nothing about this guy makes me.
I don't know how he's still in the league.
I don't even know, bro. He's just insane to me. He's a savage, crazy. He reminds me of McNeil, you know, a little savage. You know, like strike out, go inside the dugout, break a bat type shit. Like real savage, real mouthy, you know, like loud. I can't like that shit. I don't like that shit. Yeah. And the third player is Lindor. Lindor's too flashy. Right now, he's going through his shit. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. He's always smiling at dumb shit. He pisses me off. You know, he gets
smiles at strikes, smiles at errors.
Like Ohtani strikes you out and you smile. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Those are the guys you want to beat. Those are the guys that are in your way. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. But
that's baseball for you nowadays. No one.
Exactly.
That's one thing I miss about baseball. The Yankees Red Sox series, it'll never be the same because these guys hated each other's
That's how it's
guts,
supposed to be, bro.
And it was the best. And they like
good television.
I hated Pedro, you hated Jeter, you hated David Ortiz, another guy that was hated.
Oh my
villain.
God.
Manny Ramirez,
the
biggest villain. Manny Ramirez. The biggest villain in Red
you know
Sox
who else is a super villain? Chase Utley, bro.
I hate Chase Utley.
There you go. You see?
And
you know who I hated too? I hated Jimmy Rollins, bro. I hated him. Bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked Ryan. You know who I liked on the Phillies? Ryan Howard. I think he was always
he was classy. He was classy.
He was always humble.
I
liked Rollins.
I didn't like Rollins, bro. Utley, Rollins, fuck both of those guys.
What about Shane Victorino?
Oh man, I hated him.
Bobby Abreu. Another guy was a
really
villain.
Hated? What's the guy that just got rid of? The guy that Castellanos. Oof.
You just hate him because he killed your team.
Nah, man, fuck that guy.
I'm just saying, you have every right to hate him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my right.
It's just like it's just like how I hate. How I I don't hate A. I hated A-Rod.
I hated
because
A-Rod.
he just kill us. You know what I mean?
I hated A-Rod.
So
there's flashy and so fucking full of himself. Meanwhile, you're doping out. Get the fuck out of here, bro. But anyway, that's for another day.
What's your next question?
One, guys.
Oh, that was it?
Have a good night. That's it. We're done with
See you, man.
Peace, brother.
Good show.
Definitely.
You keep on